Hello again. I'm Simon Taylor, and I'm going to read two excerpts from Wordsworth's pastoral poem, Michael. Upon the forest side, in Grasmere Vale, there dwelt a shepherd. Michael was his name. An old man, stout of heart and strong of limb. His bodily frame had been from youth to age of an unusual strength. His mind was keen, intense, and frugal, apt for all affairs. And in his shepherd's calling he was prompt and watchful, more than ordinary men. Hence had he learned the meaning of all winds, of blasts of every tone. And oftentimes, when others heeded not, he heard the south make subterraneous music, like the noise of bagpipes on distant highland hills. The shepherd, at such warning, of his flock bethought him, and he to himself would say, "The winds are now devising work for me." And truly at all times the storm that drives the traveller to a shelter summoned him up to the mountains. He had been alone amid the heart of many thousand mists that came to him and left him on the heights. So lived he till his 80th year was past. And grossly that man errs, who should suppose that the green valleys and the streams and rocks were things indifferent to the shepherd's thoughts. Fields, where with cheerful spirits he had breathed the common air, hills, which with vigorous step he had so often climbed, which had impressed so many incidents upon his mind of hardship, skill or courage, joy or fear, which like a book preserved the memory of the dumb animals, whom he had saved, had fed or sheltered, linking to such acts the certainty of honourable gain. These fields, those hills, what could they less, had laid strong hold on his affections, were to him a pleasurable feeling of blind love, the pleasure which there is in life itself. His days had not been passed in singleness. His helpmate was a comely matron, old, though younger than himself, full 20 years. She was a woman of a stirring life, whose heart was in her house. 2 wheels she had, of antique form, this large for spinning wool, that small for flax. And if one wheel had rest, it was because the other was at work. The pair had but one inmate in their house, an only child, who had been born to them when Michael, telling her his years, began to deem that he was old, in shepherd's phrase, with one foot in the grave. This only son, with 2 brave sheepdogs tried in many a storm, the one of an inestimable worth, made all their household. I may truly say that they were as a proverb in the vale for endless industry. When day was gone, and from their occupations out of doors the son and father were come home, even then their labour did not cease, unless when all turned to the cleanly supper-board, and there each with a mess of pottage and skimmed milk sat round the basket piled with oaten cakes, and their plain home-made cheese. Yet when the meal was ended, Luke, for so the son was named, and his old father both betook themselves to such convenient work as might employ their hands by the fireside, perhaps to card wool for the housewife's spindle, or repair some injury done to sickle, flail, or scythe, or other implement of house or field.